you realize the ghetto was right here, which means every single one of these new buildings was built in the area where the ghetto used to be. Let's go inside the cemetery.
3 different visits to the cemetery. And this trip, Jakob takes me on a different route. We walk straight into the cemetery, and for the first time, I see the mass grave. A chill rushes through me.
I don't envy, of course, anybody for anything they had to do or decisions that had to be taken. But now that the people are dying in large numbers, and where on earth are they going to bury them without going through the whole cemetery? So imagine that an area here had to be cleared of the oldest tombs that used to be here 100 years ago, which means nobody still has a living relative. And this area was cleared and huge ditches were put here, and this is the mass grave. People who died during the existence of the ghetto, they died and were buried here in this area. You see, these are symbolic tombstones because we have no names for them. So the whole area is surrounded by these markers which have black, no name on them.
They don't know exactly how many people are buried in this space. And the reality is they may never know. I think about my father's headstone and the fact that although it has the date of his birth, it does not have the date of his death. Is it because I do not want to accept that he is gone? The people below may have had daughters, and those daughters, if they survived, do not even have a headstone to visit. I see Janusz Korczak in the distance and I smile. I smile because his gentle face reminds me of why I am here. It is because of the children.
Dr. Janusz Korczak, a most amazing person. He is a medical doctor, he's a teacher, a writer, a poet, and 2 orphanages, a Jewish orphanage and a non-Jewish orphanage. When the Germans heard that a Jew is running a non-Jewish orphanage, they said, no way. And he was removed from running the non-Jewish orphanage. Now he runs the Jewish orphanage. He had fake documents. He had many friends who were non-Jews. And soon as it was possible, they've arranged for him documents to present him as a Polish citizen. Yet, when the time came and the Germans rounded up the orphanage, which is not too far from here, 200 kids that are supposed to be led to put on the train, and within no more than 4 hours, 5 hours later, they would all be gone, and he knew it. He was not going to let them go alone. And he joined them. The German officer said, you know, you don't have to go. He knew that he had fake papers. And he was a decent person, said, you don't have to go. And he said, I will not let them go alone. And he went with the 200 kids, and hours later they were all killed. Janusz Korczak.
His love and care of those most fragile souls of this world, his willingness to go when he knew the result, to be with them when they took their last breath, shows me the divine love of God. The children, the smugglers, grown up way before their time, my students, the lost and the forgotten. I am reminded of why I began teaching in South Sacramento, why I teach the students that no one wants to teach,